Okay, so this is actually me a little bit later on in the day. As it turns out, there's a stat in the game that is how much Kid likes you. So Kid has like a stat for that, and it will be affected by your decisions throughout the game. So I actually have to replay through the game, and I'm going to kind of just speed through it. I'm going to use my fast forward on my controller, and I'm going to speed through it as fast as I can, and I have a guide that's going to help me like through it, and then I'm just going to cut forward to when we get to the ending. So I will see you there when I get there, hopefully. Okay, this is new, I think. Let's see here. Hey, come here. Good job back there, mate. She comes closer. I can see the reflection of the moon in her eyes as she gives me a warm, comforting smile. I don't know if we read that or not. Interesting. I don't know. You might not see this in the video. If it ends up being important, it'll probably be in the video. If it's not, then you'll probably not see this. So, okay. So according to the guide that I'm following, it says to check the dresser drawers. So I did, and I have not done. There's a lot. I think what I'm going to do is for the stuff we haven't done, I'm gonna read it like normal. So there's all sorts of differently colored garments that have been placed in the drawer, frills, lace, and just about every color of lingerie. Wonder what kind of dress this is. Wonder what kind of dress this is, Kid mutters, holding up a silk garment from the bottom of the drawer. Examining the dress, I can see she's fascinated with it. I've never worn anything like this before, she says, running her hands across the fine floral lace. She slides the dress down her shirt and pulls it up over her shoulders. After a moment or two of shuffling around, she undoes her shirt, and I see her wearing nothing but the silk dress. She looks as graceful as a fairy with it on. Wow, look at me. I'm a lovely maiden. Not a scrap of roughage on me. None whatsoever. A perfect fit. Aw, Serge, quit teasing, says Kid, blushing. Come on, let's go, she said after a while, putting her old clothes back on with a smile on her face. And that apparently makes us like us 20 points more. So, anyway, I'm going to continue on from here. Alright, I'm actually going to be asking about Kid here. What in blazes are you asking about me for? Kid shouts with a red face. Very well, the statue's reflection says. Ignoring Kid, who's slapping and pulling me, I focus on the mirror. The reflection of the statue begins to ripple a little. Gradually, the mirror fades into darkness. Before long, the jet black surface of the mirror is filled with what looks like Rigona. One by one, shadows of trees, houses, and people materialize. The mirror focuses in on a young woman, surrounded by small children. The children are dirty and poorly dressed, but they're all smiling and playing happily nonetheless. Then, abruptly, the building they're in bursts into flames. Armed troops are all around, everyone scrambles for a way out, but against her will, the young woman is abducted. The children, however, meet a much darker fate. Time passes. After the fire has burnt the building to the ground, the mirror shifts focus to a small girl covered in soot, crying behind the charred remains of her home. She lets loose a blood-curdling scream into the open sky as her right eye narrows like a cat's. Stop, Kid shouts. I look back to the mirror, but the image has already started to fade. Squeezing her hand into a fist, Kid slumps downward. The room is silent. Kid, I'm sorry. Let's go, Kid says abruptly, heading toward the door. Wait for me, Kid, I shout as I chase after her. Interesting, so I guess... Would that have been before? No, I don't know if that would have been after or before. I don't know. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to continue on now. Okay, so here I've chosen to hide under the desk. After we go in here for the first time and somebody comes in. So Kid and I scurry down underneath the desk. Curling up, I wrap her up in my arms. Smaller than I thought. What? Hey, The door opens with a sudden creak. We sit motionless without making a peep. The quivering light of a candle spreads in from the doorway. Soon after, a hand holding a candlestick comes into view from behind the door. Tightening, I nervously hold my breath. When I look down, my heart skips a beat. With Kid's lips right in front of me, I feel myself starting to lose control, so full and pink and glossy. Oh no. My heart starts pounding faster and faster. I force myself to stop staring and shut my eyes tight. Whoever opened the door doesn't seem to have any intention of entering the room. Thought I heard something. No reason for anybody to be in here, though, since the master is away. Still, with those poor southerners on the move, it's never too safe to be sorry. The door closes softly, covering the room in darkness. Once again, for a while we wait, not moving an inch. The footsteps echo away into the distance. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I can't stop thinking about how great she smells. Hey, how long are you going to stick to me like that? Kid asks, blowing into my ear. Huh? Sorry? I quickly get up, bumping my head against the desk with a loud bang. I crawl out, rubbing my head. Man, that stings. Kid comes out next, crouching. She looks me over and says, "Ya goof, you alright?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "Sephora's up to something," Magill says quietly, emerging from the shadows. Okay, so I think we've all seen this, so I'm going to carry on from here. Oh, crap! This is new. Attack, I guess. This is a new enemy. It's the thing from the room. Okay, it's just gone. Not a single scrap of evidence remains from that entire encounter. Was any of that even real? I'm barely hurt at all. Not bad, Sarge. Not bad at all, Kid says, catching my eye. A few months pass and she's still staring at me, smiling. Oh man, what do I do? What should I say something? Okay, I think this is definitely starting to be signs that we're on the right path. I look away after a nervous moment, but full of glee. I can never handle this kind of thing. Those baby blues of hers get me every time. We leave the study, retracing our steps through the dark passageway. Finally, the passage comes to a three-way branch. There's a descending staircase. Oh yeah, we're okay. So anyway, yes, this is looking like we're on the right path then, because this is some new stuff. Alright, I'm going to continue on then. Okay, I made it back here. I played through the entire game again. I was on fast forward, so it didn't take me that long. And I kind of followed the guide, so that hopefully made me make the right decisions to make Kid like me enough. So we'll see here. So it should be right here in just a second. And I'm going to go help Kid, I guess. We'll see if there's anything different. Hopefully we did it right. Alright, come on. Don't strangle me all the way this time. Do we know where the Chrono Trigger is? I don't think so. Oh wait, is that new? Starting to lose it. Lynx's face becomes a blur. Suddenly, Kid's voice snaps me back to attention. Yeah, here we go. I'm sorry, Sarge. What should I do? Don't give it to him. Don't do it. My consciousness fading. Is that a game over? Stop! The stone, here! Lynx looks over to Kid. His eyes light up as his hands loosen around my neck. Abandoning me, Lynx rushes over to her side. Here it is, Lynx. Kid reaches into her pocket. Lynx draws closer. Despite being drained of nearly all strength, Kid manages to whip out her knife, fiercely slashing at Lynx. Screaming viciously, Lynx falls back, cradling his mangled face. Blood starts to trickle down from between his fingers. You. Lynx staggers to his feet, keeping his right hand on the wound. I will have such fun killing you all. And with as much power as she can muster, Kid kicks at Lynx, sweeping him off his feet. Spitting blood, Kid coughs a little, but still, a smile managed to come through her agony. Kid. I run over to her, still feeling the burning grip on my neck. Lynx turns to Kid, staring at her with his cold, evil gaze. Child, you shall beg for death soon enough. Every flavor of pain shall be yours. Prepare to join Luca. Hearing this, Kid's eyes slowly open and catch sight of Lynx. A red-hot gaze burns in her eyes. Slowly, she rises to her feet. A shimmering light suddenly spurts out of the frozen flame. At the same time, a golden light bursts out of Kid's chest. Swirling around her, the light rises up, spreading outward in a glistening spiral. What is this? Lynx gasps. We're using the Chrono Trigger on it. Kid's voice calls out from deep within the shower of light. You will not win, Lynx. You will not... No, wait. You will not win, Lynx. She trembles, her eyes flowing with red tears. And then a single voice can be heard. It's a deep, profound voice. The voice of undeniable honesty and truth. Long ago, in a far-off kingdom, lived a girl. Because of her power, the kingdom had come to an end, crumbling under its own weight. Many became engulfed in the temporal vortex that was created, never to be heard from again. But not the girl. She lived on, enduring a much sadder fate, running from her past and fearing her future. She wanted nothing more than to be swallowed up in the surging waves of the vortex of time. Is this, hating what she'd done, refusing what she'd said or heard? To simply continue living was her curse. Is this, what's her name? Magus's sister? But the stone, it had other plans for her. Turning back the hands of her clock, scattering her memories, she was granted another chance. Since the precious stone was in her possession, she carried with her all its will and power. And so, she was born into this era, returning to reality as a mere infant. And with that, the fragments of the shattered Chrono Trigger fall to the ground softly. The cavern before us slowly starts to come apart, bending inward and outward like a tear in reality until we are completely removed from its existence. A single girl's voice resonates in the darkness. Please, this dark energy, make it stop. Oh, okay. Losing all sense of reality and presence, I become engulfed in this realm, drifting aimlessly through the ages. The world flows, time dissolves, and people live and die. I can see it all within this mysterious ocean. The origin of time. Every one of life's tranquilities is here. I can see myself as a baby, crying at my mother's side, where she gives a warm, proud grin. I can see myself as an old man, softly smiling, knowing that death will come soon. Infinite versions of myself extend like ghosts throughout this endless corridor of time. Everywhere I look, I see another life, another era, In this unfolded existence, I see countless lives and countless dreams. Resting in eternity. A kind voice calls out to me. A single song. Kid. Kid. Can you hear my voice, kid? Answer me, kid, please. Who's calling my name? Is it Luca? Sarge? Where is this? Kid, you're here. That song, that beautiful song. It was Luca's favorite. Kid softly smiles, closing her eyes. I can see she can't help but shed a few tears for this long-lost reminiscence. This song is actually something I composed in my earlier years, back when I was a musician. Kid seems to be very fond of it. You called out to me, Sarge. You called my name. Thank you. You won't leave me, will you? I'm here for you, kid. It all makes so much sense now. I know who I am, Sarge. I know what I'm here for. Let's go back now, okay? I'm ready. Erg. Lynx has pinned Kid to the ground. And now you will see your death. What do I do? Protect Kid, I guess. Lynx will have to get through me if he wants to get to Kid. Oh? Well, I get to put you both out of your misery at once. Lynx raises his saber overhead, ready to plunge it into us. I wouldn't do that if I was you. Quickly turning my head, I look in the direction of the voice. You? There, under a large hood, stands the old woman from before. So, Vera. Looks like poor couldn't keep their hands out of this after all, says Lynx flatly.
Good to see you again, Master Lynx. It seems you've seen better days.
The old lady, she's from Poor? The frozen flame.
We will take custody of it now. It seems none of you can decide on who the rightful owner should be.
The old lady gives a small signal, and dozens of armed troops rush out from behind her, securing the cavern. I will not forget this, Vera, Lynx shouts, floating up into the air. Brimming with hatred, Lynx's glance turns to us. And you will see death by my hand. Saying this, Lynx vanishes into thin air. The soldiers untie Magil and start heading toward us. The old woman gazes down on us from under her hood.
I believe you all ought to come with us.
Looking up, I notice that the armed soldiers have swarmed around us with their weapons ready. Seeing this, Magil instantly waves his hands in the air, calling out some sort of incantation. Darkness envelop under my command. Suddenly, all light in the cavern is put out. It's now or never. Quickly, Sarge! I grab onto Magil, who's holding Kid. Together we flee the cavern, vanishing into the darkness. Led by Magil, we make our way out of the mansion. Back in the forest, we see the search party's torches here and there, hunting for us. Their militant barking can be heard as they continue to get closer and closer to us. We stop behind a tree for a moment or two, catching our breath. I look down to Kid, who's taking quite a beating. Are you okay? Yeah, mate. Fine. We're completely surrounded, says Magil. We must be on our way. Looking around, I suddenly see torches all around us, starting to close in. Kid suddenly lifts her head up. Go, Sarge. Save yourself. The troop is only after Magil and me. If they find you alone, they'll let you go. What are you talking about? I can't leave you now, not like this. I told you I'll be fine, mate, but... Don't worry, I remember now, Sarge, who I used to be, long ago, she says, staring up into the night sky. Seeing the reflection of 100,000 stars in her eyes, I can't help but be taken in by that lonely, one-in-a-million expression of hers. Kid, don't worry, I'm okay. I'll see you soon. You'll see you again, she says with a smile. Someday, I know I'll see you again, without a doubt. She softly closes her eyes. Luca's Chrono Trigger was lost. We couldn't even get our hand on the frozen flame. But it's okay. It's all okay, because tonight, in my heart, a shiny new treasure was born, Sarge. The single most valuable, unstealable treasure in the entire world. Saying this, Kid stares at me firmly with those eyes of hers, those bold, straight, honest eyes. Knowing who I am, it's bigger than all of this. Bigger than Lynx, bigger than the frozen flame, and nothing can take that away. Not as long as I'm alive. At this moment, listening to her under the starry night sky, I find myself wanting nothing more than to be here with her right now. Staring into her eyes, I only wish time could stop right at this instant. Goodbye, Sarge. Thank you. And with that, Kid turns her back to me and disappears into the darkness. Kid! Don't follow me, please. Don't follow me. Unable to control my feelings, I start to rush after her. However, a shadow abruptly blocks my path. It's Magil. He slowly shakes his head, a sorrowful look in his eyes. With that, his shadowy figure draws back, dissolving into the darkness. Magil? Kid! Is that it? So wait. Hold on. Kid. I'm not totally sure who she was. At the end. And so the curtain closes on another tale. However, another time, after the spotlight had faded from Kid, Magil, and Riddle, in another place and another time, a similar band of adventurers had come forth, equally unsuspecting of their other selves, and life went on as they strode out into the great unknown. But that's a story for another day. For now, I shall put down my pen. As I softly close my grandfather's diary, I hear my mother's voice call to me from downstairs. Didn't you hear me? Your friend is here. I turn around, already knowing who it is. My door opens quite energetically, where I see a strangely nostalgic young girl barge in. Sarge, we found some ruins of an old mansion up in northern Kitsune Forest today. Come on, let's go exploring. So... I have a lot of... Hold on, wow. I have some questions. That was cool. I really liked this game a lot. I don't know. I think that was the only ending. I don't know. I can check in a minute. Okay. So my hard drive ran out of disk space, so I couldn't keep recording. So thankfully, I paused the game. I managed to pause the game, deleted some stuff, some like old video files that I didn't need anymore, and we're fine again. Oh god, that was weird. I've never had that happen before. Anyway, I'm gonna check in a minute and see if there's any other endings. I don't think there are. That ending definitely felt like the ending, you know? But that was a cool game. There are some interesting questions, so I was wondering, was that like a reincarnation? So they talked about how that there was like a girl. Maybe I need to replay Chrono Trigger, and maybe I'd be able to understand this a bit better. Some of the stuff, or maybe I don't know. Maybe we should play Chrono Cross sometime. If we play Chrono Cross, it will be a while. But I'm considering playing it. It'll be a while before we do it, but I'm definitely considering it. I have a lot of questions about who Kid was, mainly. And also who, like, was this a different timeline, or was it like a reincarnation? I mean, we'll just have to see. Well, I don't know. Maybe that'll be explained. But I really liked this. This was a lot of fun. This was definitely tiring on my voice more than some of the other games we've been playing lately. It kind of took me back to when we did Doki Doki Literature Club and the Colonel Sanders game in terms of what it did to my voice. But I really like this. Also, this recording was the weirdest recording I've ever done. Just because of all the weird stuff that happened while I was doing it. Anyway, yeah. Finn, there we go. That was cool. There's multiple endings. What? Wait a minute, hold on here. Hold on 1 second. I gotta check the guide. I gotta find out how we get the other endings. Okay, so apparently there are other things, but they're not that hard to do. So apparently what happens is that, like, when I start the game up, it's going to give me another scenario or something. We're definitely going to do that, but we're going to have to do that in another episode. This was the grand finale. I guess it's not. So we're going to have another episode. I don't even know if this is going to be one episode. It was one recording session. It might end up being 2 episodes. I don't know. It's going to be it's going to be real weird on my end. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more. I'm going to come back to this. We're going to do one more video going through the other scenarios. I don't know how long they're going to be. It might be, I don't know. It's going to be at least one video. It's probably going to be maybe even a couple, depending on how long they are. And we're also currently playing through some other games. We're playing a Nier Replicant and Neo The World Ends With You. And we stream over on Twitch, where we play games like Metroid Prime and Beautiful Joe are what we're playing right now. So if any of that interests you, or you want to come back and know when I've uploaded the next part of this, where we check out the other scenarios or whatever, then please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you there. Bye.